Okay, beginning the front side of day 6, midpoint notes. Midpoint is used to find the point that's directly halfway between two given ordered pairs. So we're finding something that is halfway. This formula is something that you'll have to memorize. Okay, so we will be taking the two y coordinates and finding the average of them basically. So x1 plus x2 and divide that by 2. This is going to be an ordered pair. So whatever we get there will be the x-coordinate for the midpoint ordered pair. And then we're going to average the y's. So y1 plus y2, divide that by 2. And our outcome will be an ordered pair. So for example, it says, find the midpoint of GH given that G is 7, -5, and H is 9, -1. So here's our x1, y1, x2, y2. So finding the midpoint, I'm going to find the averages. So I have 7 plus 9 divided by 2, and -5 plus -1, divide that by 2. 7 plus 9 divided by 2 is 8, comma. -5 plus -1, so -6 divided by 2 should be -3. This ordered pair represents the point exactly in the middle of segment GH. Number 2, find the midpoint of AB. Here's our givens. x1, y1, x2, y2. So we're going to add these together. -7 plus 3 divided by 2. And 4 plus -4 divided by 2. -7 plus 3 is -4. -4 divided by 2 is -2. Then we have 4 plus -4, which is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. There's our ordered pair. This is a formula you will have to memorize. Next portion, we're going to find a missing endpoint. So this time I'm going to give you two ordered pairs. One of them is going to be the midpoint, and you're going to have to find the missing part on one of the end of the segments. It says find the coordinate of A if, here's M. M is the midpoint of AB. So let's just sketch AB. So here's A, here's B, M is the midpoint. Okay, so it says that M is -1, 2. B has the coordinates of 3, -5. We want to find A. So right now we don't have that one. We'll just call that x1, y1. Okay, so there's a couple different ways we could do this. The first way, algebraically, is to basically plug into this equation here. So we have the two y coordinates on the ends. We're going to add those together. So x1 plus 3 divided by 2, that would be equal to the midpoint x coordinate, -1. And then we could do the same for the y's. y1 plus a -5 divided by 2 equals the midpoint y coordinate. And now solving through. So here on this one, if I want to get to the numerator, I have to multiply both sides by the denominator. On the left side, they cancel. So I have x1 plus 3 equals -1 times 2 is -2. Subtract 3 on both sides. So x1 equals -2 minus 3 is -5. And for the y part of that ordered pair, again, multiply by 2 on both sides. Those cancel, so y1 plus a -5 plus a negative is the same thing as minus 5 equals 4. Then we should add 5 to both sides. So y1 is 9. So our missing endpoint, A, should be -5, 9. That is one way to do it. However, we can figure this out not using these formulas. So if I look at my image here, let's travel on our figure. So if I'm traveling to the left, I'm going from 3 to -1. So from 3 to -1, I subtracted 4. So if I go from -1 to this other x, what's -1 minus 4? Should be -5. So my ordered pair starts out now as -5. Then for the b's, -5 to 2, I'm going from negatives to positives, so I'm adding here, and I added 7. Now I need to add 7 to get here. So it's 2 plus 7, which is 9. Now, some people might find this easier, some people might find the formulas easier. Either way is fine. I'll do one more doing it both ways. And the last one, I'll just show one of the ways. Number 4, it says find the coordinates of J if K is the midpoint of JL. Okay, so here we have K is the midpoint, and JL is here. So it's the midpoint. These pieces are congruent. If K is -5, 10, and let's see here, and L has the coordinates of -8, 6, find J. So let's begin with our x's. From -8 to -5, we are getting closer to 0, so we are adding 3. So -5 to our new x, we need to add 3. -5 plus 3 is -2. Now for our y's, from 6 to 10, I added 4. So from 10 to this new number, I should add 4, and that should be 14. Let's double check using our formula this time. So here's our missing variable. So we have x1 plus the other endpoint, -8, divided by 2 equals the midpoint, -5. So multiplying by 2 on both sides, x1 plus a negative is the same thing as minus, equals -10, timesing that by 2. Add 8 on both sides, so x1 equals -2. Awesome, that's what we got. Now let's check the y's. y1 plus the other endpoint, 6, divided by 2, equals the midpoint y-coordinate, 10. Times 2 on both sides, so y1 plus 6 equals 20. Subtract 6 on both sides, y1 equals 14. Fantastic, that's what we got here. So our midpoint ordered pair, which was K is -2, 14. Try the next one on your own, either method. Pause the video and jump in and see if you got the same thing. Okay, now that you've tried it on your own, it says find the coordinates of R if Q is the midpoint of PR. So Q is the midpoint of PR. P has the coordinates of 5, 6. Q has the coordinates of -1, 3. And we're finding R. So let's go from P to Q. From 5 to -1, that is subtracting 6. So -1 to this point, we should be subtracting 6. -1 minus 6 is -7. Now for my y's, from 6 to 3, I am subtracting 3. From 3 to here, I should subtract 3. So 3 minus 3 is 0. R's ordered pair should be -7, 0. You could do it algebraically as well.